Welcome everybody to the Collaborative Technology Alliance Dynamic, Interoperable, Validated, Self-Sovereign Mapping Project.
So the first goal was obviously to make ourselves more visible to ourselves, figure out who is in the CTA and how do they relate to each other. But we wanted to do that in a way which would be cleverer than just your average adding everything to a spreadsheet or sticking it on a database and then watching it go out of date over time. And that's what the Murmurations project's been all about. So what we're showing today is more this phase two, this interoperable and validated section. In this way, you can now add your profile to the ecosystem map using one of these four platforms. So the first one, Hilo, second one, Catalyst. Third one, you can publish your profile directly on the Murmurations website, or fourthly, you can host it yourself as a JSON file anywhere you want.
Here is a Kumu of this map that finds the Collaborative Technology Alliance Murmurations profile and looks at that profile in the index, finds the relationships defined in that profile, and then looks up those profiles in the Murmurations index and checks those profiles to see if they also have the member of relationship defined to the original profile that you're looking up, to the CTA in this case. And if they both have it defined in their profiles, then it adds it to the map and pulls in all the profile information from Murmurations. So what I want to show here is adding something via Hilo. And we have added this publish Murmurations profile link to the bottom. Then all I have to do is say publish Murmurations profile, save, and then go back to the Kumu map and refresh it. But there it is. Tibet test has now been added to our map. That's the Hilo version. And now, Vincent, you want to show publishing from Catalyst?
Yeah, sounds great. So this is an organization profile, which I had previously claimed. And because of that, I can go here and I can click edit. And similar to Hilo, for this profile, if I go under manage, I can see here the settings to publish this in Murmurations. So I can hit update in Murmurations. And now this is going to show up on that same exact map. It's going to show up in the Murmurations index, and it's also going to show up on that same map that profiles from Hilo, profiles from WordPress websites that are publishing to Murmurations, and any other platforms that end up syncing in.
So yeah, now we can see Omni mapping is there.
So yeah, there's the one that, this one, sorry, that Vincent just added. And now what I want to demo is the last two ways of adding your profile to the map. So you'll see this profile here for the Open Co-op. This is a profile which I have self-hosted just by creating the required JSON and then hosting it at my own domain. So if we look here, we can see this is the actual file, which is hosted at opencoop/open.json. And that is being used to pull in on the CTA map. So we can see it kind of matches what we've got here. And to show you how you can do that, I have already kind of built this using the tools, the Murmuration tools. So this is the profile generator, and I have chosen the organization schema because that is the way that you add a group or project or organization. So that then brings up this form, which I've gone ahead and filled out with all of the information that you see. You hit preview and it will generate this JSON for you in a validated format so that then you can copy it. But the important thing to note, these are the relationships here. So when you're building your own profile, you have to manually add this relationship with a predicate URL using the schema member of relationship and the object URL to collaborative.tech. So then that shows up here in the relationship which is generated, and you can see it there. So then what I do is I take this whole file, copy it, everything from the curly braces right through to the curly braces, copy that, paste it into a text file, save it as open.json, and then upload it to my web server. So now we've got this file and it is living here. Then what I need to do is take this URL and I need to tell the Murmurations index that it's there and that it's a valid JSON file. So I go back to tools and I go to the top and I use this index updater tool and post the profile just by whacking it in here. So it's already there and it won't work if I do it this time, but I'll just do a check on it instead and just check its status. You can see that this pings the index, it recognizes that it's got there, that it's stated as posted, and it's got a last updated timestamp. So that is how you would add a profile which you wanted to host yourself. I'm now going to flick over to the Murmurations website. So here we've now got the 6 things on the map, and I'm going to try and add another one, murmurations.network, and it is a WordPress website. So if I flip to the back end, I have installed the Murmurations maps and the Murmurations profile plugin, which you can download from GitHub. And that gives you the same thing exactly that we just looked at, but wrapped up with a nice bit of React inside of a WordPress plugin. And the same as we saw previously, I can select this. I want to make an organization, then I just fill in all the fields. You can also make people and offers and wants this way, but that's another story. So, but here is a Murmurations profile, which I've already created. So I'm just going to click modify on that. And it fills out the form with everything I've already added. There's all of the information about Murmurations. However, what I don't have here is a relationship to the CTA, which is why I'm not showing up. So if I just come in here and stick in the relationship, and then now I've got that, I can just submit it to the live index, and there it is, got there already. So now we see the Murmurations profile as well as the open code profile, tip test and catalyst, 7 things on the map, coming from 4 different places.